Yeah, this is not the piece. Ow. Ow. Bonked by my fucking exhaust. That's funny.
2025 Zx6r stock muffler cold start. '25 Zx6r M4 slip-on exhaust with the baffle inside. What do we have going on today, guys? Some exciting stuff. Kiana? I've had this since my R3. I was debating whether or not I should put it on the bike, but I really don't like that this thing barely gives you any like visibility behind you. And I think that's important. Let me move my mom's car out of the way, and then we got something for this bike that we're gonna do today, or try to at least. And if you guys are seeing this video, then I did it. And if you're not seeing it, then I took it to the shop. Get out of the way. I shouldn't be kicking this thing like that. And now we move Kiana. Top of the morning, gamers. We're installing an exhaust today, hopefully. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. As you guys can see, I've gotten the M4 GP slip-on exhaust. It's the one that pretty much everyone gets for these bikes. And I think the reason why people get them is because they just sound so good. Like, I can't even fault people for getting it. I got it because I didn't want to spend like $1,000 for a full system just yet, because I'm not going to tune the bike. I'm just going to flash it. Okay. I'm not going to flash it. And I just wanted to get some extra sound out of this bike because this thing is quiet. I admittedly don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to be having like a YouTube video up. And if I'm not able to finish this video, then I'm taking it to the shop for them to take it off. But it should be simple enough. Let me just look at the instructions, and then I'll come back to the video as soon as I figure out what I need to do first. So wish me luck. Oh, and I guess I should get cold start clips for the bike, since this will most likely be the last time you see that big thing on there. Yeah, let me do that. 2025 Zx6r stock muffler cold start. Not bad. It's not bad at all. But we could be better. And we will be better. Let's get started. So, first thing I did was take off the seat with the key, locate this servo, and take off the shield on the stock exhaust so that I could reach the bottom half of the servo. So what I'm going to do is just take out all of these lines, and I'm going to take out the servo because I do have a servo buddy, and that'll stop me from getting a check engine light. Man, this kit is kind of coming in clutch. It has pretty much everything I need so far to get this thing taken apart. So what I've done so far was take apart these two 10mm nuts. There's an 8mm nut right here that I need to take apart, and then I need to unclip this thing so that I can get the cables out. And then I'll most likely need to take this out with what seems like to be like a 7mm socket and another 7mm socket. Maybe it's not 7, maybe it just says 7. Probably like 10 or something. And then I'll be able to lift up this servo and take it out. 10mm. 10mm. Making some progress. Now the question is, do I have another 10mm head? Because this one is a little too short. I got a little chody 10mm. Slow. Oh, do we have a 10mm? Ooh, I found it, guys. I got my 10mm socket, guys. I'm gonna take this bag outside with me because I need that. Okay. The servo has been lifted. I got my two 10mm screws, sockets. There's one right here, and then there's one back there. As you can see, I just took those out, and now the servo is completely loose. So now the next step for me is to try to get the cable, these two cables, to come from all the way down here. I gotta take it off of this exhaust, route it up in here somewhere, and then just yank this whole thing out. I gotta get this whole thing out somehow, because I do have my servo buddy, which is over here in the bag still. But I'll take it out when we need to. So let me figure that out, and then we'll start cooking. We'll start cooking, guys. Are we cooking? Hope so. I feel like I'm losing my mind. What can you say, man? What can you say? Oof. Guys, I'm working up a sweat. Look at my hands in these gloves. Anyways, we got all of our servo components detached. It's loose in there, and I've finally detached it from the actual servo and the exhaust. So now, I guess the next step for me is to try to fish these lines up and take that servo out completely. How I'm gonna do that, I don't know, because there's like hella lines here, dude. Oh, are you stripping? Oh, please don't tell me you're stripping. Sweet. Whew. Brother. Sucks. There's like a little thing right here that's kind of in the way. I feel like we're pretty far on this one. So let's just keep on focusing on this one. Yippee! We got one of these cords from the servo buddy out. Now we need to find out how to get the other one out, man. Holy crap. Oh, hell yeah, brother. We're cooking. We're cooking, guys. Man, this is exhausting, but we've got the entire servo out. We got the servo buddy installed. It's been over an hour since I've started recording. Let me go get a backup battery so that this thing doesn't die while I'm recording. Yes, yes, yes. All right, cool. We're making some progress. We've got the servo buddy installed here. It just goes into those two slots that, that fit it, And then I made sure to plug in the rest of these plugs that I unplugged when I was uninstalling the servo. So I think this part is done completely. The servo cables, as you just saw, were definitely taking off. They're sitting over there in that little whatever. Now I just need to undo the clamps, I think, to actually shimmy the exhaust off. So there's this thing right here, this exhaust hanger, and I think there's like some clamps down there that I need to loosen up, and then I can just start shimmying this thing off, and we can start getting ready to put on the M4 exhaust. But man, this is not easy, for me at least. I'm very incompetent when it comes to stuff like this. I think I started doing this at around like 9. It is 11. And we just finished getting the servo taken off. So let's see if we can get the exhaust taken off, and then we can get this thing put on. So let me set you guys down again, and then we'll get right back to it. That was very easy. So far, this has been the easiest part of the install. Is unscrewing this 10mm, and there's like a socket, I forgot the size, and then there's a clamp right here that you just loosen up, and now I think I just wiggle this thing out. One-handed. Am I strong enough? This thing is like heavy, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Oof. There she is, man. The exhaust is taken off of the bike. Let me scoot this out the way. Got this 6mm Allen socket that I just had to use my foot to gain ultimate leverage on. Cause this thing was stuck in there, man. It's like annoyingly stuck in there. And I still have one more to take off. But yeah, this guy was a fucking pain in the ass. He's like low-key stuck. Hold up. Third method to get stuff unstuck is to just slam it on the ground. Sure enough, it'll come loose. We gotta loosen this one up, and I think that we're able to take off this bread box. So, wait, am I able to take it off now? Hold up. Wait, don't go anywhere. Down. I was told to roll the bike forward, so let's see if we can do that. Well, that worked like a charm. Rolling the bike forward worked like a charm. And that was probably the longest / hardest piece of this whole thing. I want to get a startup now with no resonator, no muffler. Let's just see how this bike sounds, brother. This is nothing. Oof. Is that flying out of my exhaust? That's crazy. That's crazy loud, guys. I don't know what this is, but this just flew out. Next steps. Let's see what the next steps are. Gotta take out the rear sets and use the bolts that M4 supplied us, apparently. Okay, now this bracket needs to go here somewhere. Where does the bracket go? How does the bracket go? Whew, guys, man, this was not fun. This part right here was not fun. So this piece right here needs to be bolted on right here and right here in the back. And then you have this screw, like this little nut right here that needs to go behind this. But there's like negative clearance for you to do anything with it. So what I ended up having to do was using my wrench set. I'll show exactly what I did. I had my 12mm, and they have this little piece right here at the back right here. I just sat it in here like this, and then I went behind this, just hoping that this didn't fall out, and then I had to like thread this into that, and then once I threaded it in enough that it wasn't going to fall off, I had to like wiggle this thing out so that it wouldn't fall off, because it kept on falling off. I had to go in there with my little buddy right here and just grab him like that, and then slowly, inch by inch, just get him tightened. So now that that one's on, this one's like right there. It's pretty easy for me to reach. I don't have to like do too much. I can actually just thread it on with my hands because it's so easy to access. I think the worst part of this install so far was getting that thing off and then getting this bracket put on, but hopefully I'm done with all the hard parts. Hopefully I just stick the exhaust in, bolt it up, and then I have my exhaust finished. I'm literally laying down on the garage floor, man. It's kind of sick. We're almost done. We're almost done. Let me let my microphone charge so that we can get the first start up and it be the same quality audio and we don't change things up. But I'm going to lay here for like 15 minutes because I'm tired. I've been here since 9 a.m., bro. Okay. Okay. Now that the bracket is on, I think the last step is to actually just slip the exhaust on and put our mounting bolt on. And I think we're going to be done, so.
Yeah, this is not the piece. Ow. Ow. I was bonked by my fucking exhaust. That's funny.
Okay, guys. The exhaust is on there. The little clamp is tightened all the way down as I could get it. Last thing for me to do is just get everything put back together, clean up this garage, clean up this mess that I've made, and then start the bike up to see if I have any check engine lights. And look at that, guys. We started in the morning. It is probably like 3 o'clock right now. But we did it. We were able to get this exhaust installed, you know, as just regular non-motorcycle mechanics period. So, you know, if I could do it, you could do it. But if you do want to save time and energy, then take it to a shop. 2025 Zx6r M4 slip-on exhaust with the baffle inside. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. That is the install, guys. I did it. I can't believe it. I can't believe I was able to actually do it. Although it took me like 6-7 hours, like 2 trips to AutoZone, I was actually able to install the M4 slip-on exhaust with no prior motorcycle mechanic experience. And yeah, it was just a fun thing to do on my Sunday evening, morning into evening, I guess. So I'm gonna go get some gear on. I'm gonna go for a ride just to see how it sounds, and then I'll upload that as a second video, because this video is probably gonna be like 20 minutes long, dude. Holy shit! But yeah, I'll go do that.